Okay, here we go. Albondigas. Okay, you start with your chicken broth, and it just depends on, and I'll have all the information on how many cups and all that. But you want to do whatever you're making, and I happen to be making a big, huge pot because I'm going to share it. So anyways, inside there, we've got the onions and garlic. This time I put stewed tomatoes. We got carrots and the celery, and I love to use those celery leaves because that's what really, it just tastes so good to add some of that. But anyways, this time I put stewed tomatoes because that's what my mom used to make, and that's how she used to make it. So we're waiting for it to boil. It's almost boiling. And meanwhile, you want to make your meat, which is comino, pepper, salt, and some rice. Comino, pepper, salt, rice, and an egg. Now the egg holds it all together so that you can make the little meatballs. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make small ones. So they're about, I don't know, 1 by 1 inch. And I'm going to make small ones. That way everybody gets, gets a meatball in their mouth. Anyways, and then there's potatoes. And the potatoes I cut in like quarters, like little small ones like that. These are 7 small potatoes, first of all. And then I cut them in half. Then I'm going to cut them in half again. And then, in quarters. So they look like that. And then I've got my squash. Now the squash you want to cut about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch thick because otherwise it just falls apart in that soup. This is chayote squash. It is super good, really good. We've got the yellow squash or crookneck, and then your zucchini, and you want to cook it. You want to do that about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Then there's the cabbage. The cabbage I did in like little rectangle shapes or whatever, or squares, and about that thick also because this stuff really falls apart. You want to put this in towards the end, but enough to where you want it soft. You want it very soft. And these you want to do towards the middle of the cooking time. The potatoes and the meat, you want to put those in as soon as this starts boiling. You want to drop them in carefully. See, it's getting ready to boil. I can hear it. And then you want to drop them in carefully. And then what you do is you test the meat. You take one out, just take one out, cut it in half, test it and see if the rice is cooked all the way through. And I will have the cooking time on there, the estimated cooking time, because it depends on how much you're cooking for and everything. Okay, I hope that helps, and I will see how it turns out. Okay, I made 29. 29 again. And so we're going to carefully drop them in there. And they're real little. Look how little and cute they are. They're so little and cute. And then drop them in there carefully. You can drop them in all at once if you want, but sometimes they splash all over the place and then they fall apart. So you want to just drop them in carefully because they're just barely put together with egg and the rice and all that. So you don't want it to fall apart. Okay, and then you want to put the potatoes in like almost right after you did that. Also, my mom used to put chopped up, teeny tiny chopped up onions inside the meatballs too, if you want to add that. You can add other things to your meatballs, of course, whatever you want, but I just didn't put onions because Dawn doesn't like onions, but I do. I love onions, but anyways, okay, I'm going to go ahead and drop all the potatoes in. I need 2 hands, so I'm going to shut this off in a minute, but it's boiling pretty good. The meat should cook pretty fast, and I need the potatoes to cook, so I'm going to do that, and then pretty soon the squash, too. Okay, all right, so it got a little full. Got a little full there, sorry, but yeah, I just kept adding and adding and adding. So I'm waiting on, then you just check the potatoes, see how soft they are. You check get one piece of meat out and see if it's done all the way through. And then you also taste it, make sure it has good flavor, and add more comino if there's something missing. Like mine, I put I think it's about 1/4 of a cup for this size. But you want to add more comino because that's what gives it that albondigas flavor. So anyways, it turned out it's tasting really good. I wish there was smell-o-vision because my gosh, it smells so good. Right, Moo Moo? Yeah.